stand at this conference planning their lives of sustainable and ethical jobs. Organise to shop and refuse to let them look away. We are the students and we hold the power. Palestine does not need your pity. It needs your loyalty, your rage, and your defiance. And when you're tired, and when you feel alone, and when you feel like giving up, remember the words of Palestinian poet Mahmoud Darwish. Stand on the battlefront of your dream and fight for it. So fight for every martyr, for every child, for every inch of stolen land, for Al-Quds to Gaza, to the Mullah and beyond. Fight for Palestine until return, until justice, until liberation. Thank you. Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
UOL, shame, shame!
UOL, shame, shame!
All the bloodshed in your name!
All the bloodshed in your name!
UOL, shame, shame!
UOL, shame, shame!
All the bloodshed in your name!
All the bloodshed in your name!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Thank you.
So our next speaker is Safia. She was the former president of PSG last year and, inshallah, next year's Equality and Liberations Officer. So for those of you who are new to this campus and haven't really been here long, we have a really big history of student protests, last year particularly. So Safia is going to touch on the history of our student protests at Leeds. Hi guys. So I'd just like to start by saying that I've never been part of a more diverse community, whether that's race, faith, gender, or nationality. Yet the university and media and government push the narrative that this is a religious dispute. We know it's not. This is about colonialism. If the uni truly committed to decolonisation like they claim on their website, then we would not have to be here today. But we are. LUU have authorised this protest, and I want to remind you that we are not the first Leeds Uni students to make a stand. In 1960, LUU boycotted South African goods in protest against apartheid. In 1968, the president of LUU led a 4-day occupation of the Parkinson building when a racist Tory was invited to speak on campus. In 2003, Leeds Uni Union banned the Sun newspaper from its portrayal of asylum seekers. And now, the uni wants to be neutral. They haven't picked a side, they've picked silence, but silence is a position. Silence is perpetuation and complicity. The uni now celebrates its students who stood against apartheid in South Africa, but are silent when we stand against Israeli apartheid. They claim they care about human rights, yet they partner with an Israeli university while Israel bombs every single university in Gaza. Shame! Leeds Uni said they want to stay out of politics. That is a lie. They stopped using Twitter due to Musk's highly problematic behaviour. That was a political choice. They partnered with an Israeli university in the middle of a genocide. That was a political choice. They would have been silent during South Africa. They would have been silent during the Holocaust. They would have been silent during every genocide before this one. But we won't be. So escalate. Do it for the sake of humanity. Join a local group. Tell your friends and family. Have the conversations. More needs to be done because this is not enough. Rise, resist. This uni takes the piss. Resist.
This uni takes the piss! Rise! Resist! 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 This uni takes the piss!
Okay, so our next speaker is Sana, who will be talking about the interconnected struggles of the American Palestinian movement and the British Palestinian movement.
Hi, assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm from New York, so I want to speak to the American student movement in here. While living in America, not a day goes by where I'm not thinking of the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians that have been killed by the American Zionist regime and the millions affected by American imperialism. Not a day goes by that I'm not frustrated that we're all not doing more. Not a day has gone by in my short time here where I don't feel frustrated that I can't be there to support communities and students at universities around me that are facing the brutality of police, suspension, expulsion, detainment, and threats of deportation for opposing genocide. I'm sure many of you have heard of Mahmoud Khalil, a Columbia graduate who was taken by DHS and ICE, even though he is a green card holder. They took him in front of his 8-month pregnant wife after coming from an iftar dinner. He was sent to Louisiana, and others are working to get him back closer to home and away from the threat of deportation. Laka Fodia was also taken by ICE and DHS. She's from the West Bank and does not have a green card. If she's deported back, she's in direct threat of Zionist violence and of administrative detention by the IOF. Ranjani, another Columbia student and worker, fled from the U.S. after her legal status, worker status, and housing were all revoked. Dr. Badr Pansuri, a scholar at Georgetown, was also sent to an ICE detention center after his visa was revoked. His wife is Palestinian and has faced intense targeting by the media for her writing and advocacy. What's scary is the information we do not have on these people and of those we might not have heard of. What's important is not the legal status of each of these people. What's important is understanding this to be a larger project of targeting Palestine solidarity and of the history of political prisoners. Each of these people were taken for their stance against genocide, each with varying involvement in the pro-Palestine movement. No matter what, none of these people or any political prisoners should be facing what they are. I encourage you all to look into groups like the Holy Land Five, who face prison for raising charity. This targeted repression of Palestinians and of those in solidarity has been occurring since the 90s, and what we cannot do is refuse to recognize the direct complicity of the universities in this. What we cannot do is refuse to recognize that this is part of the Western colonial system. What we cannot do is refuse to recognize how directly connected these kidnappings are to the kidnappings we see of Palestinians across all of Palestine, where the torture and treatment of detained Palestinian prisoners by the occupation, including children, is beyond comprehension. Many of them are targeted by the American Zionist regime and its puppets because of their resistance to the occupation. We cannot lose sight of what's important. We cannot lose our heads in this moment. We must learn from Palestinians who know that their political prisoners are the North Star of their movement. We all know that the U.S. is the belly of the beast, the head of the snake, but in 1917 this started with Britain. That was when the Balfour Declaration by the British government announced its support for a national home for Jewish people in Palestine. And after, where the British mandate for Palestine paved the way for the Zionist settler project Israel. We all know Britain's extensive colonialist history. This history cannot be thought of as just the past, when the UK still has its hands bloodied with Arab and Palestinian blood. When the UK media uses Zionist talking points, when this university has partnerships with BAE and Israeli universities. The student movement here and the student movement in the US must be connected. The student movement around the world must be connected. This is the way Israel and Zionism must be defeated, with all of us united together, learning from each other, and most importantly from the people resisting in Palestine itself. As American repression increases, don't think of yourself as completely disconnected from it. Ask yourself what you can do. Ask yourself what this means for you. Bring yourself back to the root cause, Western imperialism. We are currently in the holy month of Ramadan, in the last 10 nights, and I have seen that, mashallah, there is a large Muslim community here. But what does being Muslim mean if it doesn't mean standing up for justice? If it doesn't mean fighting for our brothers and sisters being slaughtered? Our brothers and sisters who have nothing to break their fast with, nothing to eat at sahur, no family to sit with, a house and a masjid of rubble, all while under constant Zionist threat and bombardment. This ummah today, who cares more about their own personal interests and issues and their worldly desires rather than their brothers and sisters facing persecution, rather than defending Al-Aqsa, is not the ummah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. This is not a time for rest. This must be a time to rise against the continuing aggression of the Zionist regime. As a student of the world, as a Muslim, as a human, we must not leave Palestine behind. This is an important moment that we must do something about. Otherwise, we are failing each other, and most importantly, we are failing Gaza and all of Palestine. Repeat after me. Gaza, Gaza, you will rise.
Gaza, you will rise.
Palestine will never die.
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, Gaza, you will rise.
You will rise.
Palestine will never die.
Palestine will never die.
Yemen is by your side.
Yemen is by your side.
Lebanon
we have an additional speaker. I know at the beginning I said we have 4, we actually have 5. So our next speaker is Sarah, and she will be speaking about Hassan, who is a Palestinian journalist from Gaza. I'm sure many of you have heard of Hassan, have followed him on Instagram, as he's put his body on the front line every single day for the past year and a half, while Israel has committed genocide against his people. Hassan is my age, is our age. He should be studying, he should be living his life, but instead he's had to advocate for his people every single day. And he did it with a smile. He wasn't afraid to stand up for his people because he knew that he was in the right. 2 hours ago, they killed him. I'm just going to read out what he put on his story last 16 hours ago. Because I want us to remember what they say. We can't forget what they say. Even when Israel kills them, we can't forget. He said, on October 17th, 2023, Israel bombed Al-Ahli hospital in Gaza. Everyone was shocked. Governments were outraged and demanded investigations. Israel denied it. Western media believed it, and the bombing continued as Israel investigated itself. UN and NGO investigations proved that Israel indeed did it. No government acted, no condemnation. So Israel continued bombing, besieging and targeting every single hospital in Gaza. They still denied it as Western governments rushed to excuse it. But Israel feels emboldened now. 18 months of genocide and impunity meant that they didn't have to deny bombing hospitals anymore. No one cares. They say the magic H word and war crimes are justified. They killed patients today in the hospital, including children and unarmed men. We have to remember, Hassan, every journalist that Israel's killed. Western media is so complicit in all of this. Israel's killed thousands and thousands and thousands of Palestinians, and we watch them do it. We wake up every morning and we see their bodies on our screens, and then we go to university and our university doesn't do anything apart from fund the genocide. We have to keep showing up. We have to keep pleading with them, forcing them to stop funding the murder of innocent people. Keep fighting for Hassan. Keep fighting for all the men, women and children who are killed every single day in Gaza. Keep coming back. I want to see you all here next time. Bring your friends. Tell your classmates. Thank you.
We will honor all our martyrs!
We will honor all our martyrs!
Okay, everyone, repeat after me. From Jabalia to Jenin! We resist for Palestine!
We resist for Palestine!
From Jabalia to Jenin!
From Jabalia to Jenin!
We resist for Palestine!
We resist for Palestine!
From Jabalia to Jenin!
From Jabalia to Jenin!
We resist for Palestine!
We resist for Palestine!
From Jabalia to Jenin!
From Jabalia to Jenin!
We resist for Palestine!
We resist for Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Stop the genocide!
Stop the genocide!
End Decolonize. We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
BAE off campus now.
BAE off campus now.
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
BAE off campus now.
BAE off campus now.
We want justice, you say how?
We want justice, you say how?
BAE off campus now.
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 The students united will never be defeated. The students united. The students united will never be defeated. The students united will never be defeated. The students united.
Will never be defeated.
The students united.
Will never be defeated.
The students united.
Will never be defeated.
The students united.
Will never be defeated.
Free, free,
Palestine.
free, free,
Palestine.
free, free.
Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
This uni is complicit. 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 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
Israel is up.
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 Terror state.
Free, free,
Palestine.
free, free.
Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
So, as we honor the last few blessed days and nights of Ramadan, our hearts always remain with our brothers, sisters, and children in Palestine, as well as all those Muslims and humans suffering across the world. I'll now pass over to our Islamic Society President, Abdullah, who's going to speak about our responsibility as Muslims, but also just as people. And he's also going to recite a dua in honor of our brothers, sisters, and children in Palestine, but also in Yemen, Lebanon, and Syria.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and hello to you over here. I pray that, obviously as Maria mentioned before, we are in the last few days of Ramadan, the last 10 days, so I pray that for you who are observing the month, that you're spending your Ramadan productively. As we enter these last 10 days, it's a time of self-reflection, peace, and strengthening of our own faith. But it's also a time, now more than ever, to remember our brothers and sisters who are suffering and oppressed around the world, particularly those in Palestine and Sudan, where the videos and reports we are seeing are horrifying. I address the Muslims specifically. It is our duty and our obligation as an ummah to stand in solidarity with the oppressed and take action. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His infinite mercy has granted the privilege to help, to make a difference, and to be the voice of the oppressed. One day, on the day that we all know, the day of judgment, we will be held accountable. The Prophet ﷺ reminds us, be aware, there are no two people who are more deserving of the wrath of Allah than the oppressors and the ones who remain silent while witnessing an injustice. So what are our next steps as an ummah? What are our next steps as students on campus, as Muslims on campus? How can we act alongside our du'as? Continue the boycotts. Look to the BTS website and take action by boycotting the companies that support oppression. Continue to raise awareness. Speak up, educate others, and remind those around you of the oppression our ummah is facing. Continue activism. Join peaceful protests, participate in rallies, and advocate for justice wherever possible. Continue your donations, especially now in the month of Ramadan, in the last 10 days, but even throughout the year. Donate generously wherever you can, as every good deed carries immense reward. And remember, brothers and sisters, the struggle is not just about political action, it's about standing together in faith, showing solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Palestine and beyond. And if you can't do any of this, the main point is to always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guidance, for help. We should always be asking for dua. There's also a reminder, if you need anything, the ISOC is here for you. If you're struggling with what is happening or impacted any way, we have Sister John over here, who's over here, Ustad Akil, who's temporarily here, as well as myself. We're here to support you and ensure that we stay united in our efforts. So please let's end with a dua. If we can all raise our hands. Allah, protect Palestine and its people. Have mercy on their martyrs and grant them the highest place in paradise. Ya Allah, lift all hardships from oppressed people, ease their burdens, and remove their trials and sufferings they are facing. Ameen. May Allah accept our efforts, keep our hearts firm in the struggle for justice, and allow us to continue supporting our brothers and sisters in Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, and Sudan, and wherever Muslims or non-Muslims are being oppressed. Ameen. Jazakallah khairan for your time.
I just want to thank everyone for coming along. This was obviously an emergency rally organised within the last couple of days. Right now there's about 80 people here. The next protest we should have 160. The one after that we should have 500 and 1,000. We cannot let this university go and fund genocide while we stand here begging them to not use our student fees to fund this genocide. We have a responsibility as students, as people, to stand for Palestine wherever possible. So the next time you see a protest organised, next time you see a leaflet on the bus shelter, next time you see a post on social media, remember that it's our duty as students to keep showing up for Palestine. Liberation is near, the tides are turning, and together we can fight for a free Palestine, free from occupation, free from terror, free from genocide. Thank you all for coming.
Shout out to Gal for the £10 super chat. I will definitely go over and let him know. You bought him a coffee? So we've just seen the police walk by, and then they put the body cams on and was chatting, and I think it's about that sign that Serena's holding, which says Israel does not have the right to exist, among other things. So I think that's what they were chatting about, just to make sure there were no offences. Don't engage with anyone harassing you. I think that's about Street Hawk. They're talking about you. Going around harassing people and that.
Oh look, he's trying to get more views by filming me.
Yeah, I shot you mush.
What time do you turn up? Like half an hour after it started?
10 minutes late, wasn't
Yeah.
Hello, dude.
Hello.
I guarantee you there's not going to be that many next time. When you said 500,000, I guarantee you it's not.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Guarantee.
So someone has bought you a coffee in the chat.
Have they actually?
They actually have.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
So if you would like to go for a coffee,
Sure,
either
thank
today
you.
or later on, another day.
Sure, I'm free today. I'm free now, if that's all right.
No problem, we'll go for a
Whoever
coffee.
that is, thank you. I don't know who it
It's
is,
called
but-
Carl.
Carl, thank you.
There you go. We'll let this wrap up and then we'll head over.
Yeah.
Fellas?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm just after a thumbnail. There we go. Awesome. Good stuff. I saw you had a little wonder over there and put your body cam on. Was you looking at some signage?
No, just having a leg stretch because I've got a bad knee. Genuinely, I've got a bad knee.
I'm not sure about that. I suspect he was checking a sign out. That's why you put your body cam on, to check it. But I understand you're not going to comment. Did you learn that from the criminals? The no comment thing.
Speechless.
I will be messing. Right, all looks like it's wrapping up here, so I'm going to end this stream. We're going to go get a coffee. Me and Victor. We'll bring Street Hawk, but no one bought him a coffee, so you can't have one. They didn't buy you one.
All my legs have gone.
So yeah, for now guys, we are going to wrap up here in the University of Leeds at the Bacon Strips, as it's called. I didn't know that's what it was called, but apparently that's what they call it. So yeah, short one. It was an emergency meeting, so it was the last minute. I only found out about it I think yesterday or something. I was a little bit late, so if you want to catch the first 10 minutes you can head over to Street Hawk's channel because he was live for the entire time. But yeah, for now guys, we are going to wrap up. We're going to move on and we shall see you on the next one.